With Euro 2020 now about a year away, and the English national team having what I think is 5 starting 11 caliber right backs, how do they get the best out of the squad? What's up, everybody? Jacob Neville here with Amateur Hour Sports, where we bring you raw and unfiltered sporting content Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your Saturday upload where I'm going to be going over how England can get the best out of their plethora of right back options leading into Euro 2020, which is now going to take place in 2021. So I identify that Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Kieran Trippier, and Reece James are all starting 11 caliber fullbacks for the British national team. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is by far the best one out of that lot, but it's kind of, I think, a bit of a waste to not have any of the others on the field at the same time. And obviously, that's one of the worst positions to have extra talent because, well, you can't really do anything about the other ones. You can only play one at right fullback. It'd be kind of weird to play one at left back, especially Ben Chilwell is capable enough. It would kind of throw off the rhythm of the national team, I think, the way Gareth Southgate has it, if you have a right-footed player playing on the left side. He's very intricate, and Southgate is also a bit of a perfectionist, I find, when it comes to the way he lays out his squads. So, a possible solution, and I think that this problem could stretch even further if Max Aarons continues to push on and develop the way he did this season with Norwich. I think he's a future starting caliber right back for the British national team. And, you know, you can maybe take out Kyle Walker from that equation because I don't know if Southgate and him are on the best of terms after Kyle Walker had a sex party at his house and tweeted about protecting the NHS a few hours later. So maybe we can take out Kyle Walker from the equation, but leave him in for now because it's a while away and, you know, he's still a very capable fullback who was pretty good in the World Cup for England as they got onto the semifinal. So going back to the point on how they can utilize this talent the best of their ability, I think that we can kind of consider a future where one of them plays out of position. And I think that the best player to do that would be Trent Alexander-Arnold because I think it would be a real waste to not be able to play one of Wan-Bissaka or Kieran Trippier. That's who I consider the better of the backups because Aaron Wan-Bissaka, though he isn't as good going forward as the other options, I think he's the best defensive option out of all of them. And I think he's arguably the best defensive fullback in the world because he's definitely the best tackling fullback. And I think he sacrifices. There's a big argument that his positioning is a problem, but I think that he positions himself with a bit of space away from the opposition attacker so that he can time his tackle to perfection and win the ball off his opponent. He sees that as a better option of winning the ball than simply pressuring the man, not letting him get it at all, or, you know, intercepting the pass. And he's so good at it that he can do that, and he has the ability to do that. And I think for Kieran Trippier's sake, he gets a lot of criticism, but I am a humongous fan of Kieran Trippier. And if you know me, you know I am a humongous fan of Kieran Trippier. I think he's got the right boot of dreams, the way he can whip in a ball, the way he can take a set piece, free kick. I mean, the Croatia free kick in the semifinal of the 2018 World Cup is one of the best moments of my life to this day when that ball went in the top corner. And I think that now that he's played with Atletico under such a defensive specialist in Diego Simeone, he's made that defensive side of his game a lot better. And at Tottenham, that was the criticism where he wasn't as equipped defensively, even though he was pretty good going forward. And I thought, you know, he was a bit underrated in how good he was going forward. But now that his defensive game has also been strengthened, I think he is a good option to play. So, back to the point. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think he is so capable, so gifted, so talented that he could even see himself playing in a number 6 role or a number 8 role. And I think that playing alongside Jordan Henderson in that midfield is the future for the English national team to be able to utilize all this extra talent at right back, at least for the near future, because they've struggled to really find that number 6 or number 8. Like in the World Cup, you know, it was rotation between Henderson and Dyer, and Henderson has made strides since that World Cup. He's become a lot better, and he's the odds-on favorite to win Premier League Player of the Year, even though I think he's nowhere near Mane's level, and Mane should be the one winning that award, but he's the odds-on favorite. he's going to be in that team. He's going to be starting for sure. And it's hard to find another piece there because, well, Dele Alli has been pretty poor over the last couple seasons. Jesse Lingard has fallen off the face of the earth. He's nowhere near that squad anymore. And Declan Rice, even though I'm a fan of Declan Rice, I feel like he's slightly regressed from last season. And also, he continuously underperformed in an England shirt. Every time England played him, I was not as happy with what I saw there as what I saw when he was playing for West Ham. So I think that's another problem that needs to be considered. So I think Trent Alexander-Arnold playing alongside Henderson, a very familiar teammate in Jordan Henderson. Obviously, they play on the same team. Jordan Henderson's his captain. So, you know, Trent could get a lot of help because Jordan Henderson is such a vocal player. He can really aid Alexander-Arnold, and Alexander-Arnold is already a very great facilitator, very good at passing the ball, very good distribution. He's got great vision. He can ping a diagonal, which I think is great for the number 6 role, and it would allow you to play one of Kieran Trippier or Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right fullback. And I get that Reece James is a player who can also play as a center mid, but I just don't think Reece James is at the level where we need to really make room for him in the team. I think that guys like Wan-Bissaka, Kieran Trippier are guys that need to have the room made for them to be in the starting 11, especially when the midfield is the place where there is a bit of struggle. You know, Philipp Lahm in his later years at Bayern Munich started playing as a holding midfielder because, you know, as a fullback, you're always going to be side on against a touchline. You can see the entire field. Well, what if you position yourself side on when you get the ball from the center back and you position yourself to play the other way to the fullback or to the winger or to an attacking mid? If you can position yourself similarly, the way fullbacks play can be considered similar to the way holding midfielders play. I think that the best holding midfielders can play as fullbacks, and I think it should work vice versa because holding midfielders need to have every bit of skill in their arsenal. They need to be able to go forward, they need to be able to distribute, they need to be able to defend, they need to have the entire package. And I think modern fullbacks also need to possess the entire package. Going forward, on defense, they need to be very dynamic. They need to be able to have great vision, great distribution, great crossing ability. And that crossing ability can transcend to hitting the diagonal balls in behind to the pacey wingers, the likes of Sterling, Sancho, and Rashford. So I think if a guy like Philipp Lahm can do it, Trent Alexander-Arnold obviously is not on the Philipp Lahm level yet, but he can make those strides to play as a holding midfielder. The one problem will be is that he's not going to get the preparation to play for that position because at Liverpool he's obviously going to be playing as a fullback, but again, playing alongside a familiar player in Jordan Henderson who's very vocal can help him with positioning a little bit, and Gareth Southgate can start the preparation now. He's got a full year. He can give him the preparation he needs to play as a 6 alongside Jordan Henderson. I think that the front 4 needs to be Rashford, Sterling, Sancho, and Harry Kane. And since we're going to go another year, Harry Kane is likely going to be fit for the competition, which is a huge boost as England's captain is likely going to be fit. Top scorer at the World Cup in 2018. Huge boost for the 3 Lions to be able to have him up top. And I get that there's 3 wingers in midfield, but I think you need to have those 3 in. Those are another 3, Sancho, Sterling, and Rashford, where you got to make room for them. And I think that Sterling has in the past played as the kind of the second striker, as the number 10. He did so in his Liverpool days, and he has so in spells for Manchester City, not nearly as often. But in the year that Liverpool nearly won the title, where Gerrard slipped against Chelsea, Sterling was playing as the second striker behind Daniel Sturridge and Luis Suarez. So I think that if he can transcend that to the England scene again, then maybe it will be a bit of a formidable front 4 because there's so much talent up there. I mean, the way Sancho's been playing, I'm very excited to see him playing with Harry Kane as the target man striker. So if I had to piece together my England starting 11, I would probably have Dean Henderson in net. He's been much better than Jordan Pickford this year. The one problem would be his distribution ability out of the back. That Pickford is so perfectly aligned to the way Gareth Southgate wants to play, but I think Dean Henderson needs to be the starter, especially if he has another year to develop. Ben Chilwell at left fullback, I think he's the best left fullback England have. I think he's made strides to go beyond Danny Rose's ability in the last year with Leicester. At center backs, I'd have John Stones and Harry Maguire. Keane is also within a shout of being there, but I prefer Maguire and Stones. Probably go with Kieran Trippier right fullback, but I wouldn't mind seeing Aaron Wan-Bissaka at that position either. Your two holding mids, Henderson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, like I was saying, just utilized the insane passing ability that Alexander-Arnold has to be able to distribute, get on the ball a lot more in midfield and not sacrifice one of the other talented fullbacks. Left side, Rashford. Right side, Sancho. As the number 10, Sterling. And up top, the spearhead, Harry Kane. Let me know what you think in the comments below about playing Trent Alexander-Arnold as a midfielder. I think it is definitely an avenue England should pursue because they are spoiled at right back with the amount of talent that they have and even have more younger ones coming up to take those guys' place. But they don't necessarily have those kind of options in midfield. So let me know if you think it's a good idea. But that will wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching another episode. Make sure you like the episode if you like and subscribe to Amateur Hour Sports right now using the button right over there so you stay up to date with all the future content coming your way. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the 4 episodes a week coming your way very soon. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you again next time.